Final. Rafa played beautifully last night. Andy and Novak Djokovic tonight from 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Make sure you're watching. World number one. He's in some sort of form. We're going to start the day's play with some mixed doubles action. It's the semi-final. Go now to the commentary bunker and pick up
Wimbledon.
Okay.
Now, you taught me never to hit a lob, topspin lob off the return. So the things I remember.
And I was very faithful too. I was very faithful to my partner, Liz Smiley, and she was to me. So good days they were. Look, semi-final coming up here. And yeah, Bethany Mattek-Sands is looking a treat in her long black socks. And we've got three different nationalities, as you can see. Romania, the USA, and of course, two down this end from India. Sania Mirza, Mahesh Bhupathi, and Bethany's partner is Horia Takau, who lost a tough semi-final yesterday in the men's doubles after almost snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. They're leading 5-2 in the final set tiebreaker and serving. Lost that match.
It'd be safe to say he didn't sleep very well last night,
No,
I could imagine.
I don't think so. But anyway, Renee, what's your thoughts here?
Well, this is going to be a barn burner because both of the women are very aggressive on the return. Both of them have an opportunity. You can break both of them because they don't have big serves. So I think the main thing, as always, is to try and break the ladies' serve. But I tell you what, you're going to see some big returning from both of the women as well.
Okay, so we'll be back shortly for the semi-final of the mixed doubles here at the Australian Open. That we can see anyway through the open roof here. Players just finishing up with their warm-up serves.
It's actually hotter today. A lot hotter today than it was yesterday. I was out there a little bit earlier and certainly getting warmer. Those hot days here in Melbourne.
We've got the number 6 seed here, the Indians, number 6 against Mattek-Sands and Takau, who are number 8. So it should be very evenly matched. All four very accomplished doubles players. Sania Mirza is having a good Australian Open, isn't she?
Absolutely, yes. Lost in the semi-finals in a real tight battle in the semi-finals to Zvonareva and Kuznetsova, who are in the doubles final after this match. I think it was 6-4 in the third. They had a tussle in the quarterfinals, 7-6 in the third. So had a very good doubles campaign here at the Australian Open.
Well, she's playing with Mahesh Bhupathi, who has had a stellar career in doubles. Multiple Grand Slam champion, played a lot with Leander Paes. Won a Davis Cup with Leander as well.
And he's won a few mixed doubles titles in his life too. There was a period of time there where Mahesh won so many mixed doubles titles with different partners that people just started saying, well, how can I get in line to play mixed with good old Hesh?
Did you ever play with him?
Check. I did play with him one time at the French, and we lost to a French team. It was probably all my fault because of the fact that he usually wins with everybody else, but lovely guy.
The team of Bethany Mattek-Sands, Horia Takau on the toss.
Those are the commemorative coins that they're getting the hotshot kids to toss at the start of matches. It's a really nice idea that the kids get an opportunity to walk out here on centre court and do something like that.
Now, that's a great idea, but I think coming to a coach near you.
Well, the lady on screen, you will be seeing an enormous amount of power coming from her racket today. She can wallop the ball from the baseline, and sometimes a little scary for the people at the net. And there's Bethany, who is quite the character, to say the least.
Well, she won the Hopman Cup last year. She knows how to play mixed doubles.
Safe to say this will be the Olympic team for the Indians going into the Olympics. Leander Paes might have a word or two to say about that, but certainly with these two playing together, you think they're going to be the Olympic team.
All right, so Horia Takau here from Romania. Already been in a semi-final of one of the doubles events here, the men's doubles. He's serving in the first game of this semi-final. There's that forehand. I know you think it's a good one.
The amount of power and spin that she can produce on this side is quite phenomenal. At times, it's just by you and you don't even know it.
15 all.
This gentleman on screen is just a gentle giant. He's one of the truly nice men out there on the tour. Horia Takau, like we said, probably having nightmares after that doubles match yesterday.
I don't think he would have slept. Probably operating on 0 sleep, I think. Gee, they were almost over the line against the most successful doubles combination in the Open era, that Bob and Mike Bryan.
Oh. 13-15.
Well, you'll see this often in mixed doubles. The women telling the guys what the opponent's woman likes to do, and the men tell the women what the women's tendencies are, because we don't play against each other.
Good serving.
Used to in the first game, Fitzy just sort of have a word to one another. Well, this is what she has a tendency of doing, and that's important because the guy has no idea. We don't get to play each other like the men do every single week. Very important to know the tendencies of your opponent.
Horia Takau there, thinking that Mahesh Bhupathi was moving. It was really a fake. A good little hustle there from Bhupathi, closing on the net to trying to volley down the line. He thought he was moving. Well, there's the strength of Mahesh Bhupathi, particularly the backhand.
Deciding point.
And as is the case in mixed doubles these days, there will be a sudden death point here at deuce. And the man will serve to the man. So he needs a first serve to count.
Well, and the one thing you have to remember in mix is the man is not going to get as much help at the net from the lady. Certainly not as much as they do in men's doubles.
Oh, great first serve when he needed it. So he holds in the opening game, Horia Takau, and he and Bethany Sands lead one.
To play Rafael Nadal in the 2012 final. Let's go back to Renee and Fitzy.
Very important for the opening service game to be held by the man. That, with all the power these days in men's tennis, it's important that they can hold serve. Yeah, good point, wasn't it, by Maddox Sands there. Great return of serve. That was a pretty heavy first serve. 198 Ks from Mahesh Bhupathi there.
I can tell you that Bethany likes pace, so he's going to have to still hit his serves in the spot to get it away from her. That's pressure, isn't it, Fitzy? Because you know, as the guy, the second serve, if it's not hit well, you're not going to get much help from the net player. And so he's thinking about the volley, getting it past the other gentleman at the net. There's a lot of things going through his mind before he hits his serve.
Well, it's a big delivery. There's a challenge here, but I think Takau thinks it's good. Boopity has served well for a long time in his career. It's, I would think, the most outstanding part of his game.
Certainly can get a little tight on it, though, at times. I played against him last year at the French, and he still throws in a double fault now and again.
Wow. Gee, he might be well advised not to serve to that backhand on a big point again with a second serve.
This is where his partner needs to help him. What is the strength of Bethany Matic? And I can tell you the backhand's her strength.
Gee, nothing anyone could do about that. She hit that as clean as a whistle. Fantastic backhand. Break point. Well, she's played an awesome game, has Matic Sands, and they're broken. They lead 2-love. A couple of games from Bethany Matic Sands. She didn't make a mistake there on the first court. 2 unbelievable backhands to return. And what a point on the break point. So she's serving now at 2-love.
The strengths for Bethany Matic Sands are without question the return, Fitzy. She will have a go at anything, never hold back. Her biggest tendency is when she gets a bit tight is the second serve. It will sit there and it will really will get handled today by both Boopity and by Mirza. So we'll see where her confidence is. That's her husband on screen, and he'll be thinking that's not the way you want to start serving.
Wow. Boopity moved. He moved at a perfect time, didn't he? Was in the perfect position and just executed this poorly.
Well, you know, Fitzy,
how can you miss that?
You know how big those points are. Because that's not only love 40 and 3 break points, that's actually technically 4 break points because of the no-add scoring that we have in mixed doubles.
Yeah, the second serve is obviously a weakness here. So all players seem to have their strengths and weaknesses, and there's no pace on that first serve, and she can't get that into play this game. So that's going to really hurt her. She needs a lot of first serves.
She can hit that first serve pretty hard sometimes when she's loose and feeling really confident, but almost sometimes when you get the break, it's harder to serve. You get a little bit tighter.
Well, she's got to lift her sight. She's hitting every ball about 10 centimetres below the tape. So a great game followed by a pretty ordinary one from Bethany Matic Sands. It's 2-1. Injured on the volleys. He's missed a relatively easy one in the first point. Love 15.
Well, you guys have a tough task in mix sometimes because you almost try not to do too much, but at times you leave those big wide gaps trying to cover for the woman. I wouldn't be trying to cover for Mirza on the baseline too much because she can handle herself back there. Mahesh has always tried to play a lot with Mirza. It's almost like a big brother to Mirza growing up. She's an absolute superstar in India, and of course he and Leander Paes, 2 of the great champions of tennis in that country. And here's the first I formation we're seeing for the day.
Good tennis, long point. All four players using the whole court.
50-40. And we saw the use of the I formation, and often you see it a lot in doubles now because everybody's returning the ball so big cross court that really brings the net player into play as well. So you throw the I formation in to make the returner have to hit that return somewhere else other than big through the middle of the court. There are so many reasons. It's tough to go into in 30 seconds.
Yeah, good volley from Takao. His form is pretty good here. They break again, 3-1.
Quiet, please. Now, South Australia's princess would like to comment on the match so far.
Good effort. Yeah.
New My Kitchen rules. Time starts Monday, 7:30.
Yeah.
Good vision of the racket work here from Mahesh Bhupathi. He tried to just get this ball softly over and down. Takao in good position. Gee, both girls returning awfully well at the start.
Well, it's definitely, I would say, their strengths, both of them. Their return of serve is their big weapons, and forehand cross-court from Mirza is unbelievable.
That's the way to play in modern doubles. If your partner hits a big, deep serve like Ori Takao did there, it's certainly important that the net player moves forward and closes down the angles. Easy put-away volley.
Certainly Bethany is a little bit more willing to move at the net than Sania is, and that makes a big difference in mixed. If the guy's serving well and you have a female partner that likes to move and take advantage of those particular serves, it can make the pressure on the returner so much more.
Well, you could see there that Bethany was covering the line, maybe a fraction too much, and Takao then had to come across the centre service line to cover that extra space down the middle. Good play from Mirza. Gee, she's returning well. A good first return, into position for the second shot, and really dipping the ball down the middle. Good percentage doubles. Fantastic mixed doubles there. Ori Takao and Maddox Sands 4-1 up. They've got the break.
Well, this is a must-win game because if Bupati can hold serve here, then there's a chance of breaking the Matic Sands serve, which they did last time. And you always know that as a player. We've got to hang on to this particular service game.
30
He won't be too happy, Mahesh, at losing his serve in 4 games ago. So I tell you what, he can't take Matic Sands lightly, though. If he doesn't get the ball near the line, she'll crush it back at him. It's all about getting it out of her hitting zone. Oh, great play. Well, she's been outstanding on the return. Takao there, I thought maybe blown it for his team. He really didn't do enough with that little chip across court. He was in position to really hit that ball hard and finish the point. But you got to respect that lob.
Almost tried to do the same thing, but that's why people always say, why don't you lob more? It's not that easy to do all the time. Very difficult under pressure to hit a lob all the time. Certainly over these great athletes.
Game. Mirza, Bupati.
So Bupati holds, and 4-2 still trailing, though, in this first set.
4 games to 2.
For you at home is, what is your dream mixed doubles combination? It's an interesting one. Roger Federer, Steffi Graf, perhaps. McEnroe, Navratilova, Agassi, Graf, John Fitzgerald, Angelina Jolie. Just send them through. We'd like to know. Fitzy, who would you like to put yourself with for a couple of hours on the doubles court?
You know, I didn't know you did comedy. I didn't know.
I think you like the Angelina Jolie mixed doubles combination.
She has a forehand. Have you seen it?
Who would be yours?
Well, I'm a faithful man. Liz Smiley paid for half of my house, so I'm sticking with Liz. Yours?
30.
Martina Navratilova has to be. She, in terms of a woman playing with, and I think the Johnny Mac combination with her would be,
Yeah,
would be pretty impressive.
I think if I had a choice if I could pull somebody out to play mixed doubles with me on a big moment, it would be John McEnroe. That would be pretty cool. And I would say Todd Woodbridge, but I had the opportunity of playing with Todd, obviously, and I played with Bob Bryan, so I've played with some pretty awesome mixed doubles players over the years, and great doubles players.
4 millimeters out, that one.
That's a big point too, Fitzy.
Matic Sands, Takao have 1 challenge.
Because no matter what the scoreline is, Justin Sands, Bethany's husband, in the orange.
All right, good speed. Yeah, good speed. And a hold here for Matic Sands surely would almost sew up the first set for her team. Good speed.
And you knew that, didn't you, Fitzy? You knew that if you could get a break and just hold the woman's serve, really the guy should be able to serve out the match or the set.
Well, they hold here. They've got a chance on Mirza's serve then, and then followed by Takao's serve. So their 2 best chances to come. But not over yet, this game.
40-30.
Horia Takao is just taking a beating at the net by Mirza. He didn't even want to have anything to do with that second shot. That just shows you the power of the Mirza forehand.
Yeah, and she holds. Good effort from Maddox Sands there.
Maddox
5-2,
Sands,
looking like winners here in the first set.